Alright. It's been a while since we've had a video. Just while it's after clearing where I am here. I think this is a first for the channel. I've had it clear up here once or twice before, but no videos, but today we're today we're clear for once. Yeah, so where we are is I think on the map it's Slieve Cummeen or Cummeen and Ov is down there. But I suppose more the big pointer is that peak behind me there in the cloud. That's Brandon. Mount Brandon. So it was clear there for the last while, but it's after cloudy over again now. But where we are here is clear. I know I have two videos, the Mass Tampin one and the sunrise on the mountains of whatever Carrier, I don't know what was, Dingle Peninsula. And we never got it clear here. And even this morning coming up, where we started, I'll show you there now. It was cloudy as well. I hadn't planned on coming up here. I'd only planned on coming up to the Ormstone. But look, you know, so we'll turn around there. Look at that. So that's the back of the Far Ridge there. And the cloud is just after swamping Brandon there now. And there's Brandon Peak off in the distance, but that's the back of the Far Ridge. Just in front of us there. And there's Bina. Hot note is coming out. As the cloud level just after dropping. And just over there at the distance is Sauce Creek. And over there is Moss and Chimpon. Been up here many times and know it did to be like Brandon. So it is a pleasant change after making the effort up. So to get up to here, cloud is dropping again. We won't be long here, I think. It's fine, like. So to get up to here, part below there, tier, and came up the road. You can see I might be able to point it out afterwards. Didn't go over the Sauce Creek, came up the road up to the back of Pierce, more there up to where the Ormstone is, and came along the ridge over here, up to here. So I think Slieve Cummeen is the name of it. I think on one of the maps it might be like Brandon Far North Top or something. But it's 895 metres high, and Brandon is 952. So there's a good old elevation up to it. So yeah, been a fairly quiet start to the year. I'll go into that more soon. Some bit. Yeah, it is after really dropping here now. And it is freezing up here. Coming up to where we came was in sunshine. And it was very nice, it was pleasant. And it wasn't terribly windy. But as soon as we came up to the Ormstone, the wind off the ocean was coming up. Oh, it was fairly cold, but like it was still a beautiful view down, looking at all the headlands and all the little peaks. I think we're just going to drop down now quick, back down to the Ormstone. As the cloud levels after dropping. But I'll turn around there. So that was all fantastically clear now. You could see the entire lot all the way out to the Blaskets, but the cloud has just dropped now. I'm sure if I hung around for 10 or 15 minutes it'll rise again, because that's what it seems to be at all morning. So, but we won't. It is cold now as well. So we'll head back down. Once we get under the cloud level, to be back to normal. So that big peak in front of us there is where we were a few minutes ago. And we just came down the right of it. And just for the bit of a call is there, the bit of a dip before the next peak, the next rise. There was a wall, which I presumed is the same wall up around Brandon and going over to Brandon Peak. and it kind of went around it so you didn't have to go up it. So that was nice. Yeah, so we just came down there. Jesus, when the cloud came over the top, it got so cold. I had to put gloves on, it was freezing. So we got out of there fairly quick. Like, because I had a break up there for 10 minutes. The look was fresh, but it wasn't too bad. Like, but Jesus, when the cloud came in, it was a different story. So that's that peak up there behind us. And we come up here a tiny bit now, because I've realised I've never actually come down this way. I've gone up a few times on the videos, and I've gone up a few other times as well. Like, but you'd always hear me rattling on about Pierce Moor, the good point. And it looks small in the skyline compared to everything else, but when you're here now, it's an impressive little peak, just jutting up. And the path goes around, you can go up it if you want, but I'm not going to bother. But the path goes around it, over the little rise there, and then down into where the Home Stone is. But just for curiosity, I've come off a bit here. And we're going to see if we can go down and join onto the path without doing the steps. Without doing the steps. So if we come down here a small bit more, and I'll show one or two other things. Yeah, already even coming down this little distance from there is a lot more pleasant, and we're sheltered from the wind a bit as well. One final thing there before we leave that view. It was 8 kilometers to get there from Tier up, so it's the long way to Brandon if you're doing it, because you can see Brandon, but there's another couple hundred meters. So look, and if you could go down the far route to the grotto, that would be shorter again if you could do 2 cars, but we don't. So while I haven't done many videos this year, I can point out here the kind of three of the normal videos I would say I've done. So we're just doing that Fairmile Beach down there. That would have been probably the first video of the one after the snow. You can see Lochgill, where all the swans are. I've been there a few times doing bird photography. Then over at the end you can see the end of you can see the Maharees, and over there is Fahamore and Kilshannig, where we did that long walk, the Maharees Heritage Trail. I can point out, I think, is it Maharabig, where it starts. So that was a long walk that day. That was a long walk. And over in the distance then is Kerryhead. And from where we are today, I know we are miles away, you can see Loophead in County Clare. So the day we were in Kerryhead, you couldn't see it, but you can see Loophead here now as well. So yeah, pretty cool. And then Sauce Creek is the big cut below us, and you can see the hut for Argylin down the corner as well. Yeah, so you've the view there of them. It's pretty cool. You can see Carconry as well. The bit I was talking about when I was in the Maharees. So yeah, look, we're just going off down. We're going off down here now to see if we can join onto that path. I'm hopeful. It looked like it when I was coming up, but sure, look, you don't know. It's very off-piste. That's after working out right there. It was a bit steep towards the end of it, but there was nothing hard about it. So it was just a little bit here. You probably can't see him in this snow, but of all the posts that I got, presume a Stone Chat or a Skylark, one or the other, I couldn't see him with the backlight. But yeah, that's after working out right there. You can see it up behind me. Oh, where are you going? See it up there, we came down that bit of a peak between the two gullies, and it worked out quite alright. It looked, it was wet, it was off track totally like. But yeah, Jesus, I'm looking up at it now. I wouldn't be going up that way. Hopefully we come out somewhere near the memorial, the air crash memorial. Or anywhere near there. There's just the steps at the start. I wanted to avoid some bit. I didn't want my knees to hate me. Couple of sheep. Right, we'll bed away here. So that worked out fairly well there now, to give it credit. It was, we joined on to the pet. The small bit over, we're just here at the memorial, the World War II memorial. And we joined on to the pet, a small bit above it. But it could have kept going down, because the grass here, it was good enough ground, but it was scaring the old sheep, so I said I'd give them a break. I know. And I said I'd give them a break. So we're just down onto the pet here now. And there's a few drops of rain falling, so I think we got away with it. Yeah, but that worked out nicely. It was, look, we were after 3 incredibly dry weeks, and that was still, some parts of it were still wet. So if it was normal weather, I probably wouldn't do it. But, and also, it is I never say it, but it's always something I'm very aware of when I'm putting up these videos. And I say I'm going off. Like, I was using a map and a compass there now to figure out that stuff. Nothing hard, but just to be sure and to be learning. Whereas, if you're coming up on your own for one day, just stick to the main paths. Don't be going off, because that's when shit goes wrong, like so. You know, to use your experience, use a bit of cop on, like. But yeah, stick to the main one. So like, just find Eddie says he's going off sideways, but it worked out today. Other days it doesn't work out and you're fighting for an hour with the ground, like so. Yeah, we'll head down a bit more now and see. I opened up the mid-air app when I was above there, and it said 18 or 17, feels like 12. What the fuck? It just must have loaded properly, but it was definitely freezing with the wind chill. And they had no wind gusts or nothing. It was all wrong, so don't believe the weather forecast either for the mountains, you know. Usually. But I think Windy had it right for today. So maybe the page didn't load properly. Right, we'll head down here. Hopefully we might avoid the rain. It's even gone dark now and everything above that. So we're working our way down there. You can see the ridge going up to Washington Pond there. Where the Ohm stone is there. Where we were is up there. It's after raining for a good bit now. It's after easing off now just for a minute. Yeah, so we're after dodging the bullet there, an unreal red altogether. So yeah, we'll keep working down there and just finish up. But I just wanted to show the rain. Even if it clears later on, that doesn't matter. We had it good above when we were there, so. I had been thinking about going up to Sauce Creek just because there's a few hours left in the day yet, but now with this, you can see it is raining above and falling Sauce as well, so, or above. So we won't bother, we leave that for another day, right? So we're back at the van now a while. It was raining there the last 2 or 3 kilometers down was just pure, it was raining the whole time. And it's just after stopping now for a few minutes, I was inside in the van the whole time. Changed and watered to 5-minute nap, just comfortable. Yeah, so that today was, I think, my watch is saying like 17, just over 17 kilometers, which is good when I tell you the next bit. Because yeah, so over the winter my fitness dropped horrendously. Well, it didn't drop, I did nothing to keep it up. And so the last few weeks in the fine weather I've just been out walking every night. It's something I never used to do. So yeah, so that's just trying to build it up a small bit now today, and that that was good for to get that today. It was feeling good after and everything, so it's amazing what a few weeks of exercise can do. So yeah, and look, the winter was long anyway, the motivation was gone seriously down as well, so we're working on that as well. One thing there, when we got to 500 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers and 1,500 subscribers, I never did anything. It was just the way things were working at the time, you know, or things were working out at the time. So look, we might do a Q&A or something. So I will, yeah, at the end of this video, if you've got this far, look, I didn't want to say it at the very start, in case someone just watched the first minute and fired in questions. So if you've got this far, we can do a Q&A on anything about the walking or the gear I use or anything else within reason. Within reason. So yeah, so look, we'll see that. I don't know when I get to do it now, like, so if you have questions, leave them in the comment section here on YouTube. And I know lots of people don't have YouTube accounts and stuff, so I'll see if I can set up an email, and if I do, I'll leave it in the description or I'll show it on the screen now. If I can, if I can't, YouTube it is. Yeah, so I won't answer the questions on the YouTube comment section, but I'll make another video of the questions, Joe, within reason. If there's hopefully there'll be enough questions to make a video out of it. So yeah, to be grand, even if there's only 3 or 4 of them, we'll do something. Yeah, and final thing then, anyone that's been following for the last year knows I went away for a bit last April, so that's kind of happening again this time. Not for as long, but is happening. So, but look, like last year, we'll see if we can figure something out. But the good thing is, the van is finished, so that's not taking up any more of my time. So we'll try and get back out. Yeah, like that. The weather over the winter was just appalling. It just seemed to be never ending. So then with the lack of motivation, getting out was just not happening. But having said that, I'm glad I did the ones I pointed out earlier for a mile in the Maharees and Kerryhead and stuff. They were nice low ones that I hadn't done before, you know. So they were nice. Yeah, after that we'll figure it out. So look, if you got this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Good luck.